opinions. They say opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Well, I've got one. However, I'm noticing as I progress in life, and I know I'm just a wee chicken, but it's funny when you're my age. To the 20-somethings you're ancient, and to the 50-somethings you're a baby. That's funny. I'm like the middle child of life. I apologize for the bad language, but I have to use this because it best captures the spirit of what I'm talking about. First, I'll say it in more educated ease, and that is, when you get to be in your 40s, you find yourself relaxing about your opinions in certain ways. You become less adamant, I think. Becoming less adamant, you tend to release a lot of things, I guess stress you could say. I didn't really notice that until a couple of years ago when I was talking with my friend Jim from New Hampshire across the street. He was in his late 40s, and one of the things he kept saying all the time was, I don't give a fuck. And I started to realize that my sister, she's in her 40s now, and she really doesn't really get as upset as she used to about things, or as opinionated. And I think what's happened is, when I'm getting closer to my 40s, I'm not as adamant about things as I used to be. So I'm going to call it the I don't give a fuck 40s. And I think that's a positive thing. Maybe I'm mellowing with age. I kind of like that. My father was very, very high-tempered. You know, he'd go on a rage about something, and it was positively Hulk-like. I mean, that man, whoo! But then when he hit his 60s and 70s, it took him a longer time, he mellowed out, you know, became downright jovial. I think the advent of medication probably would have helped him back in the 60s if he had had some kind of anti-anxiety pill. Because that stuff helps a lot with the temper, I'm telling you. Maybe people can agree with me on this. Imagine like this, right? You're opening up a bottle of pills or something, like aspirin, and the cap pops off, and you flub it, and it goes blah all over the floor. Or maybe you even spill the whole bottle of pills. You feel frustrated, right? But do you want to smash the bottle of pills and slam the door? I don't think so. If you do, then you know how I feel, or used to feel. Or if you bang your head on a cabinet, does the cabinet have to pay? You know, if you say yes, then maybe you're a candidate for a pill. I think the appropriate response to pain is to say ow, not to say I must destroy you. That's just my opinion. That's the other thing. I do have an opinion. I'm not devoid of opinions. I am slightly opinionated, and I do get my Irish up every once in a while. But generally, I find myself relaxing more. And why not, you know? I did the high-strung thing. I did the working my butt off thing. Just want to enjoy. As was it Bone Pony? That Smyrna Cowboys buddies there, that band. It's all about the freedom of the open road. The song's been in my head all morning. And you know what? I agree. I was reading an article in Hog magazine, and somebody was complaining about there was a picture of a priest, and the priest was wearing his vestments as he was riding a Harley Davidson to church, no helmet, and that scarf thing that the priests wear was just flapping in the wind. And I looked at that and I thought, well, that's pretty darn dangerous, you know. This guy, if one of those scarf ends goes into that wheel behind the saddlebag, you know, it could rip his whole head off or something. I don't know if he had it wrapped around his neck or something, but that just didn't seem healthy to me. And somebody wrote in to complain about it. Another person wrote in to complain about somebody wearing tennis shoes, sneakers, on their bike. And somebody else wrote in to complain about the complainer, saying, basically, you know, lighten up, people. What about this freedom of riding thing don't you get? And I think that's a valid point. It's about the freedom. Freedom to be stupid, if you want to be. Who are we to judge? Right? I mean, sure, you wear a full-faced helmet, you wear full leathers, and then you drive 200 miles an hour. You're just as dead if something bad happens. Anyway, once again I have arrived at my place of employ, and it is time for me to depart. So, this is Mike, otherwise known as Mike Katie the Lina, saying I'll talk to you later. Woo!